everybody, my name is Leah and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself before we start with the portfolio. To get started, I'm in the third year of the criminal justice program that we have here at the school. I'm also Skills USA president, and Skills USA is kind of an organization that we're a part of where kids in the CTC are able to compete nationwide in the skills that they're learning. So I'm president of the school chapter that we have. I'm also a member of National Honor Society, and I have worked at Dells and Richmond and a tanning salon for the past couple of years. A huge part of me is my family. Without them, I definitely wouldn't be standing here today. They push me to be the person that I am, and they support me through every single choice that I make. With that being said, when my family kind of drives me crazy, I have my friends to back me up and always be there for me and kind of just help me lay loose and hang out. As for my future, criminal justice has definitely shaped me into the person that I want to be. I plan to hopefully internship at the URI Crime Lab processing evidence, and then when I go to college, I want to major in criminal justice and then minor in psychology or sociology, and then work for the FBI under the Behavioral Analysis Unit, which is kind of understanding the criminal mind and what they're going to do next and stuff like that. So with that being said, my theme is criminal justice. I think that each expectation exemplifies a characteristic that you need to be successful in the criminal justice field, along with also being an FBI agent. So on to our portfolio. Expectation 1 is problem solving. And for problem solving, students will basically take information that they're given and then turn it into something that they can understand. So for this, I chose my history report. Okay, so for my history report, basically my teacher gave us a bunch of pieces of evidence, and we had to choose what we wanted to pick to write our report. And for me, writing reports is going to be very important because every single thing that I do in my career field, I'm going to need to write a report on, and I'm going to need to pick out what I did and how I did it and use that as evidence to support the choices that I make in my career field. Along with that, problem solving is extremely important because when you're trying to solve a crime, what you're exactly doing is problem solving. So expectation 2 is literacy, and literacy is students will be able to communicate not only orally but also written and any other form of communication in an educated manner. So for this, I chose my criminal justice narrative, which is how to cast dental stone, and I have a picture in the bottom. Dental stone is basically it's kind of like a liquid form of cement, and you pour it into a footprint in the dirt, and then after it molds for about 45 minutes, you lift it up and then clean it off, and then you have a cement figure of the footprint. So that's how you can track criminals, like with their footprints and stuff like that. So I chose this piece because obviously it's going to be important to me to be able to know how to use dental stone when I'm trying to catch criminals, but also literacy is a huge part because I'm always going to be reporting back to people that are superior to me, reporting back to the media, writing reports about everything that I'm doing, and I need to be able to communicate what my thoughts are and what my ideas are in an educated manner. Expectation 3 is technology. And technology is basically knowing the legality of technology and also keeping up to date with the technological advances that we have. So for this, I chose my careers in law PowerPoint that I did in criminal justice, and the assignment was basically to pick 10 careers that you think you'd be interested in, research the income, the education that you need, and exactly what you're going to be doing, and then report back to the class and tell which one you'd be interested in. And this assignment was very valuable to me because I learned that every single career that I thought I wanted to do, I realized that I would hate it. And that's how I chose to be a part of the FBI through this project. Technology is also extremely important because as we move on, technology keeps on advancing and it just keeps on becoming part of the becoming a part of the workplace. So it's always going to be important no matter what field you go into. Expectation 4 is culture in the arts, which is understanding the cultures around you. So for this, I chose an assignment that I had in French class, which is I had to research an important delicacy of French culture and then make it for my class and report back to my class about it. So this is me. I made French crepes in 10th grade. And this is a pretty easy assignment. I just had to look up the ingredients and make it for class and then bring it in. The reason I chose this item was because working in the FBI or in any field is extremely important to know all the cultures around you and be able to connect with people on a personal level. So Expectation 5 is self-directed learning, and that is basically taking all the information that you've learned throughout your life and then putting it into being able to do tasks by yourself. So for this, I chose the multidiscipline project that I did in criminal justice. And this assignment was, he gave us the task, he gave us like a scenario of a crime, and then we had to write a narrative on exactly what we were planning to do once we got to the scene. And then we had to complete a photo log, which is every single picture that we were going to take. And I ended up taking, I think, 100 pictures of the crime scene. And then after that, we had to write down exactly what pieces of evidence we would collect. And then we needed to draw a sketch of the crime scene, which is right here. Right there. So for this project, I chose this one because every single thing that I did for this project, I'm going to need in my career field because it's extremely important to know how to write narratives, to know how to take pictures, to know how to collect evidence, stuff like that. But also being a self-directed learner is extremely important because you're not going to be able to always go to people and ask for help. You're going to need to know how to do things on your own. And without that, there's no way you're going to be able to survive in your career. Moving forward, career development is, to me, taking everything that you've learned and taking your strengths and using that to go forward and choose a career that you're going to be not only successful in, but also enjoy. So for this, I chose my resume. The reason I chose my resume was because I think that it does a very good job of outlining all the strengths that I have and what I plan to do for the rest of my life, and it's going to be very valuable to be able to just have my resume, give it to my future employer and say, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm good at, and this is what is going to happen. So Expectation 7 is global citizenship. And to me, global citizenship is being aware of your community and the cultures and religions that are around you, and then being a good part of your community. So for this, I chose the 50 hours of community service that I did with my church. And basically what we did was we got a grant, and we chose to create this program where we taught children about the environment and recycling and all kinds of stuff. And then with the extra money, we had 4 raised garden beds in the back, and we donated all the proceeds to the Johnny Cake Center. So the reason that I chose my community service was because as I'm going into my career, my main goal is to be able to help the community. I want to make the community a greater place. And going into the FBI, that's exactly what I plan to do, try to get the criminals off the street and make the world a better place as much as I can. Expectation 8 is collaboration. And collaboration is working with people around you towards a common goal. And for this, I chose the Wisdom of the Trail project, which was I had to read a story and then create a video. This is like a screenshot of the trail we had to make as if it was going to be a movie. And I chose this for collaboration because as I was reading the story, I had absolutely no idea what was going on. And as I was walking into the project, I had no idea what to do. So I kind of just had to sit down with my group and talk to them and say, listen, I really don't know what's going on, and if you want me to be any help, I need you to help me understand the story so I can help you create a trailer. And I think this is extremely important because as I'm going into my career field, I'm going to need to be able to ask for help when I need it. I'm going to need to be able to work with others. And any field you go into, you're going to need to know how to work with others. So Expectation 9 is personal well-being. And personal well-being is not only being physically healthy, but also mentally and emotionally healthy. So I chose my fitness project. And for the, I did it last year in health class, and for the project, we needed to, we were tested on several exercises and then tested on how well we did. And then we had to create goals on exactly what we wanted to achieve by the end of the semester. And then we needed to create exactly what workouts we were going to do to be able to achieve our goals. And then we were tested in the end on how well we did. So I chose this because specifically going into the FBI, there's a fitness test that you need to pass, and I know for a fact that I'm not anywhere close to being physically fit enough to get into the FBI. So I'm going to need to do exactly this and create a plan and set goals for myself and tell myself exactly what I need to do to be able to get into the FBI. And lastly, expectation 10 is respect for others, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's just respecting the people around you. And for this, I chose my letter of recommendation. I asked my criminal justice teacher to write this for me because I have so much respect for him as a person and for criminal justice as a field. So I asked him to write this for me because I think it definitely outlines the respect that I have for not only the people around me, but people that are above me and the people that are teaching me and helping me out. So with that being said, I think the challenges that I had definitely are public speaking. I tend to talk really, really fast, and I'm sorry if I did that. I tried to go as slow as I could. Also staying organized. I lost my note cards twice, so I had no note cards, and I just kind of had to wing it when I came up here. As for my theme, I truly think that all expectations are the characteristics that will help you get into the FBI, not just the FBI, but any career field. I think it's something that you need to value, but that is pretty much my portfolio. Are there any questions?
No questions for Leah?
Thank you.